Hello and welcome back in my game franchise review, and I kinda have a treat from 2011, something that maybe someone actually remembers. It's actually called the game Rage. Well, it's a game called Rage. I mean, you get the point, it's Rage. And honestly, this is exactly what people should feel when they play this game. 2011, created by Bethesda. And I must say, this was the most perfect failure that actually happened to the gaming industry in whole. So let me just give you a quick rundown why. So the the Rage plot is a giant asteroid, giant space rock. That's how we're gonna call them. Fell on Earth and basically destroyed or killed 97% of the whole population, or something along those lines. Of course, the chosen ones, like the best and the brightest, were stashed into the arks, and the arks went into the ground and preserved the best and brightest. Of course, those who survived the space rock attack, which was one huge motherfucker, by the way, they formed bandits. Obviously, radiation created mutants, and the rest of the, humans made society as they possibly could, and they made colonies or settlements. Now, where have I seen settlements and shit before, like Fallout from Bethesda? I don't know, that must be something weird. Anyway, we are one of the survivors in the Ark. So the arcs are basically that are buried down. Wait, arc, vault, kind of sounds the same. Anyway, so and the year whatever comes, and we wake up because reasons, and we walk out and we discover that everyone hates us and at the same time is afraid from us because we have super magical bullshit powers, which is called technology in us, which vastly supersedes everything around us. Yeah, it's exactly as you thought. It's absolute garbage. The exposition of the story is go here, help this guy because otherwise we are all fucked. We are contained to kind of like a little very weird place which has no name. There is certain cities with some names, and we're gonna be eventually taking on authority. So what is authority is basically kind of like Illuminati, but just with a lot of money and weapons, which somehow managed to survive the giant space rock. Now, when it comes to this game in general, I must say I played this game back in the day quite a lot for the simple reason there weren't that many games to play to fucking begin with. So I played this game at least 3-4 times, and honestly, the moment I actually got this game and I launched it, I regretted my decision to make review of these games because it is just so bad. They definitely tried. I cannot say they did not try. But when you look at it, first of all, obviously, as you know, I'm trying to max out everything I possibly can get my hands on. There's nothing to max out here, right? We're frame locked to 50 frames, which is my TV's refresh rate, as you all know. And this is it. This is the whole menu. What is available for us in this game to change? I mean, just for fun, I can just enable GPU transcode, which I don't even know what it does. Because honestly, nothing happens. The little wing blade just goes and that's it. I'm playing on easy, obviously, because, I mean, why not? And I literally had forgotten how bad this game actually is. I mean, we have this generic shooter, and this is the thing, right? So, when it comes to generic shooters, please let them be generic, You can see all these textures popping into existence the moment I turn my head. This was there in day one. Please keep in mind, a 2007 Crysis released. Okay, just for comparison's sake, this is 2011. This is 4 years after this company knew that Crysis exists. And I'm not preaching to Crysis, I just want to point it out. Because Crysis, it wasn't really the best game out there, it was the most ambitious one. Absolutely sure. Crytek in general was very ambitious as a company. And I'm not gonna go with that. But this game just... it launched like this, with all these could be, should be HD textures that are doing exactly like this. You can get this game on any hardware you want. I played this with 88 GT. I played this with the Radeon 6750, I think. I've played it on Nvidia 560. I've played it with the 750, 980, and now 1080 Ti. And it does exactly the goddamn fucking same thing. The textures are popping in and out. And this is the level of non-optimization this game has. What is our GPU doing? It's chilling at 20%. We are pulling 1.1 gig of VRAM. And the game wants 3.2 gigs of actual RAM. For what? The mechanics of this game is pretty simple. Iron sights, some sort of shotgun, you can punch things, and that's about it. And honestly, that's pretty much all you're gonna get. You can see that someone tried to make this like, scale it up to that it's something big, but it's actually not. You can clearly see where the line actually of the level is drawn, and everything else is just a backfill. The sky and the reflections maybe looks kinda good, but it's just a skybox, and this is a static one, as you can see. There's no movement, it's just there, so I don't know, guys. I mean, this wasn't a hit back in the day, and it's definitely not a hit just now. But the worst is yet to come. It's the actual combat. It is so bad, it makes your eyes water. There is certain things like wing sticks, or basically a throwable thing, which is, there you go, the spinning wheel, which decapitates people and stuff like that. But overall, in general, there's nothing to write home about of this game. It is just that bad. Like, generally, it is bad. It's so linear, you can just check the level of the groundwork for your house. You can only go certain ways. The exploration is so limited that you quite literally and physically cannot get lost, even if you're trying to do so. When it comes to certain things, Hopper Light, sure. Really, I can just drink myself to death, which I really want while playing this game. And there are things that are kind of like, you can see the references to Borderlands, in my opinion, because this automatic thing is like to drill the lock of the door. That's straight up Borderlands. There is certain mechanics in this game that they try to make work, which is characters, unique objectives, cars, upgrade system, and stuff like that. But to be completely and honest with you, you can finish this whole game on the hardest difficulty with the same pistol you're starting the game with. Targeting enemies, stuff like this, as you can see the bullets flying. Those are supposed to be the mutants. You just shoot them, and you shoot them until they're dead. Then you can loot them. Now, looting and shooting is not really, you know, a new mechanic when you look at it, and neither is this game. This is just something someone figured this is gonna be good, and I'm still struggling to figure out who thought that's a good idea. You know, it doesn't even look good. It didn't look good for 2011. It doesn't look good now, and the reason is this was just like a cheap cash grab, I would say. It's not even that there was supposed to be a story. The story was so generic, it made no sense. Imagine writing a story that you just have to endure rather than enjoy. I mean, just the idea of what was done and for what defeats the purpose of doing it. I don't know, they try to cram in so many good things in it, like trading, upgrades, interaction, kind of like even a choice at some point. But none of this actually mattered. If you look at the graphics, right? So the heat that the torch is giving out, and this guy trying to kill me with a machete, which is kind of nice. I finally managed to kill him. Okay, so we get some blood splatters. That is great. There's no atmosphere here. There's no. The audio is so simple. I would say it's not even like stereo in my opinion. I think it's more like a mono stuff. And the idea is that we should not be telling people we are from Ark, because this is kind of like a bad thing, because they know that you have a lot of technology, a lot of knowledge, and you are somehow valuable. At the same time, everyone else who has already lived after the space rock smashed into the Earth, they figured out that they don't actually care, so they just live by their own rules, so the society is divided. The funniest thing is, this whole game climaxes on you taking on the authority, which has built a wall around themselves. Wonder which country would that represent? And they basically are very ruthless, and they are kind of like, you know, keeping to themselves and trying to make apparently fun for local people. But the funniest thing is, when you actually get to see authority in real life, they are not even giving a single flying fuck about the rest of the Wildlands. They don't care about the people in it. They literally keep away from them, and yes, they are making mutants and enhancing them with microchips and stuff like this to overtake the whole world, but at the same time there's not really much to overtake, because everyone is almost fucking dead. So obviously you have the good heart as a protagonist, and you go and you try to, you know, save everyone, because what else you're gonna be doing since you're awake from your cryogenic sleep in the Ark. And you end up by basically killing the authority guys and stopping their evil plans, and killing the main general that is actually behind all this, because of course you need a generic general to, you know, take over the world. No one else will actually do it. And this is how this game actually goes. So basically you are just kind of trying to survive all this, like shoot the mutants. So at this point I need to kind of like clear out their lair for reasons unknown, because someone told me. As you can see, it kind of takes a chore to kill them, because this game is not even entertaining. It doesn't hook you. It doesn't make you feel good or acquire any new skills. You aim and you shoot, and everything feels so simplified. It's like someone is holding your hand and telling you it's okay, we'll get them next time, it's fine, don't worry, don't get stressed, don't get invested. Because honestly, I can't even get invested in this. I never was invested in Rage. I was playing it because I had the chance to play it, and I was bored as hell, and I played this game in different ways. I was trying different tactics and stuff like that. And honestly, none of that actually really made a difference, and that is the funniest part. But I digress. People still remember this for unknown reason as a good game, which I have no idea why. Maybe they're onto something, but someone need to tell me why they think it's a good game, because in a game mechanics world, maybe it was something different than we used to see in terms of weapons, because, well, you don't have an automatic gun with auto-aiming lasers and shit, and you kind of go back to old school with, you know, like your fists and your wing blades, and you upgrade your suit and your abilities, and you basically shoot better and stuff like that. But end of the day, this wasn't like, you know, something groundbreaking, and I guess this was exactly why this game failed. The game devs told the people who was, well, almost buying this game, that this is gonna be groundwork for a game that, you know, they have never seen in their life and stuff, but The moment the game came out and people actually got it, they understood that they've been fucked over so badly they didn't even want to talk about it. And I mean, this is kind of like, you know, the correct way of, you know, this is how you feel when you are actually fucked over so badly that you don't even want to admit it, you just want to forget it. So this is exactly what happened here as well. Do people learn from their mistakes? No. Unfortunately, the company actually figured out that, hey, you know what? It is not that bad. It's not us who is wrong, it's the people. So they made a second part of Rage. And when they made the second part of Rage, oh my god, they understood that the first Rage was actually the reason why people probably will never play or even want to hear about that game. So they made such huge marketing about it that it just hurts to remember. I still remember the PR video where there was like a buffalo and you, well, basically were killing the buffalo with a rocket launcher because why not and stuff. And that's exactly how it actually went down when it comes to it. Like, it was just so bad. And of course, since it's a 2019 title, I mean, I'm talking about the Rage 2 here, it could not be a failure. You know, you have shareholders, you need to give them money, like quite fucking literally. Did they manage to do it? Apparently yes, and I still don't know how, because that's never been explained. So, in general, returning back to the Rage or original Rage, I'm still not sure what exactly actually happened with this game, because in my opinion, people should be not playing this game at all. Even if they really want to, they have to just keep away from it. That's only my 2 cents. Because even now when I'm playing it, my first instinct is to actually uninstall it. And I don't think I would actually be losing much. I will actually be gaining about 12 gigabytes of hard drive. So it's not that bad. So, I don't know, I could actually, I think I'm done. Yeah, we're actually done here. So I can just go back and explain the guy that I've killed all the bandits, because that was the mission and that's it. And this is how it works, right? You get the mission, you go there, you have absolutely no engagement with the enemy, with the storyline. You are just killing time, and you're killing time with glitching textures around you. And honestly, if this was not the case, maybe, just maybe, this game would have a chance. And that is not the case at all. I don't know, guys. Every time I hear Rage, I remember the logo. And then unfortunately, oh, I can actually show you the arc, so you kind of get the idea what am I talking about here, what kind of arc, because this is gonna be important. This is a surprise thingy that will come important later on. So the arcs are like little bubbles that are buried deep inside the ground, and this is how they look. So there's like thingies to get out from, well, under the ground, and this is the opening, this is the arc, and this is the place where we kinda first wake up. And maybe I'm crazy, but I honestly, even the first time I played this game, this looks like Fallout 4. This canyon, look at this fucking, this rock quarry. There was like the white rock, there was like a house up here somewhere, there was like the Merla Queen or something. I don't know, but this is the game, and I honestly do not remember something good about this game. There was some fun to be had, there is some funny things, but those funny things are kind of like a bad stand-up comedy, you know? You have to laugh because you want to get the free drink at the end of the show or something, because you know that the artist points you out, or something very trivial, like not really that important or something like that. And this is what kind of puts me off from this game in general, and I never actually understood the hype. That's why I was very surprised when I saw the Rage 2. And Rage 2 is even worse. So the reason why I'm saying Rage 2 is even worse is because it has no excuses, you know. I mean, I'm looking at this screen just now. I just launched the game, you know, just for this recording, and I'm looking at this and I'm thinking of how this game could have been so much more. But what the Bethesda and, well, Bethesda's, whatever. I mean, I can't pronounce that word, obviously. Who actually made this game? Why did they go down the simple route of having semi-decent combat mechanics and then having such stupid way to play the game? It's insane. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that and how it runs. But basically, let's go through the settings just to see. Everything is maxed out and you'll be the judge, okay? You're gonna be the judge on this one. Is this game worth it? 2019, it requires at least, well, basically kind of like everything above, I would say 780, because I think 780 was its recommended or at least minimum requirement GPU to be run. 1060, basically everything above 4 gigs VRAM was kind of like required for the textures and stuff. So since we have 1080 Ti, we have what, 11 gigs to spare? So it's definitely not the case. So everything, it's full HD, right? Everything is maxed out as much as I can max out this game. There's minimum resolution scale is 100, we're getting full HD. SSO, anti-analyzing, everything, shadow lights, right? And you will see how this game looks. Now, what is the storyline of this game, right? And this is the thing. Everyone has heard about this game, but I haven't met anyone who actually has played this. I do believe I've seen maybe 2 people playing this game. And I was surprised, like, why? I mean, it's the best new thing. It's like Rage, you know, it rides on the legacy of the first failure, and probably they have made a lot of changes, and they did. They just made the wrong changes. That's something companies do all the time. Instead of doing the right way, they go completely fucking opposite. And I never understood why. So the idea is that we are actually a guy who lives in a settlement who apparently is a child of some of the Ark survivors who actually came up with these little bubbles from under the ground after the space rocks hit us. And the technology in the time, of course, has been fast forwarded couple generations up the line, so we have a bit more things, and we still have exactly the same issues. We have mutants, we have authority, which is called a bit different now, and the Ark people are called Rangers now, and Rangers have the armor, and the armor has the power, and your blood has mysterious technological magical bullshit called nanomachines or nano something, and that gives you powers like dashes back and forth like in Doom, or you can kind of go like in overdrive where your bullets are making extreme amount of damage like in Bulletstorm and stuff like this. Like, this game has so many good ideas, but all of them are thrown into one big fucking bucket and just stirred around for far too long. And yes, I don't know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how this game failed. I mean, literally, I still try to comprehend how this actually happened. So let's continue on. So we do have our own characters. We have kind of like a mother, and one guy got killed, and mother got killed, and everyone got killed. And mother, by the way, got killed by the guy we killed on the first raid because he somehow survived, right? And this was like something or something along those lines. And we are on the mission to find other Ark survivors who are holed up somewhere in a map, and this is the map. And honestly, it takes a good chunk of time to actually drive around this. Luckily, you can actually, you know, select waypoints, and this is the thing why you need waypoints, because shit is scattered. This is absolutely ridiculous. So to get more ammo or armor or powers, you need to go and raid the Arks. Since you are technically a child of an Ark survivor, so they're called, you have this magical technological bullshit in your blood, and you can open them, and all of the locals, which are uneducated, stupid mutants or bandits, they cannot, and they still try to get in because it contains a lot of sci-fi weapons and shit and skills, which I don't know how they can use because they don't have the magical bullshits in their blood. We can actually progress and get more powerful. So I'm actually on my way to this Junkers Pass arc, just so I can show you a little bit of combat. And the first thing you notice, we have a car, right? So this car is kind of like one of the things we unlock at the very beginning of the game. It kind of like it's a freebie at some point, I would say. And it's pretty funny and nice, and you will be driving with this car for, well, basically a reminder of your life, because this is probably one of the fastest ways to get around it. And yeah, well, I had to kill these guys to progress. So either way, there is a lot of vehicles in the game. It's from starting, well, not starting, but it's kind of like you have motorbikes, you have a car with the actual tank turret on top and stuff like this. And they tried to make this game fun, but what it turned out to be was just very, very annoying open world adventure that also doesn't actually look good. If I look at this, it looks like a discount Andromeda, you know? Like what, literally discount Mass Effect Andromeda, because Andromeda actually looked good. This doesn't. There is certain things that catches your eye. Yes, I cannot say that, you know, it's that it's not good. Yes, there is certain things like the textures look okay, you know, things like this. The models are nice. The gun, if this is not Call of Duty, I don't know what is. I mean, look at this, 2019. You have the hit markers and everything. You pop a headshot, you get a kill, you get a hitbox notification that you actually shot someone, and you don't have to worry about, you know, that you didn't. I don't know, this whole thing here is just weird. Yes, the explosion is nice, and the moment you get the more different skill points and stuff like this, the more enjoyable the combat actually feels. But this is exactly what this game is good for. It allows you to have fun without having high expectations of any kind of skill or combat. It's more like kill them with combos and stuff, you know? And it's not bad at any point, but it is so generic, it hurts. If someone would tell me that, you know, this is the new Call of Duty Advanced Modern, to modern hardware, well, Warfare, I would probably believe him, because there is no way you can actually tell the difference. Wow, the AI is definitely up to par. So we're shooting the red barrel and it doesn't want to explode. Explosions do look nice, because of the extra shakiness and some cheap tricks from the devs to actually make it look good. But overall, I don't know. I don't really see a lot of things. Of course, we have a lot of skills we can use. The more skills you get, the more, well, better you will be in this game. Like one of them is called the overdrive that comes with the armor, where you just go into like a berserk mode and then you know, dish out additional damage and you move faster and stuff like this. And you have berserk or overdrive multiplicators and stuff like this. This is kind of for having fun. The problem is this game is also so goddamn linear, to a point where you can just choose, you know, you have a choice from which direction you want to approach your objective. This is the whole, well, thing you can actually choose. And that's quite literally it. There is nothing else, and this is what hurts. I'm not saying that I'm looking at this game as Borderlands, but goddamn, you're getting the vibe that this was actually Borderlands. I don't know why. It's very hard for me to tell you why I feel like it, but so far the story is not interesting. And as you can see, after what, 2011, 2019, 8 years, they kept the old Ark stuff because they're trying to do the same thing. And this is how you use the magical bullshit. You press Control to focus, and you summon the magical technological shit in your arm, and the Ark recognizes you, because reasons. So when on the first rage you were actually raiding the arcs or getting equipment from old hospitals that was like, you know, looking into this, or research centers, and you had to go to the one of the characters, which is Dr. Quasir, who was implementing it, and you could upgrade it and buy stuff and, you know, stuff like this. How you get upgrades in this game? The 2019 way. Inject. Well, I have to hold, I'm sorry. There you go. This is how you upgrade. So the moment I will get whatever I'm gonna get, tutorial shatter. So this is the tutorial version. The moment you get a new weapon or something, you will get to this matrix hole, which will tell you to do things 3 times to see that you are actually able to do it. Okay, let's do this real quick. Control F. Okay, so I need to shatter this guy's armor. So we have successfully completed the training. Yay! And now we can be teleported out of this training room, virtual reality stuff. And now we have a new thing. We have a shatter ability. And we earned money from an old arc. And this is the Dr. Quasir, by the way, I think. Kind of looks like him. So this heavily rides on the first...
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty jealous right now, so keep a lid on it, will ya?
It heavily depends on the first rage if you played it. And... I mean, literally, this is it. Abilities and bullshits. Okay. I guess shooting is quicker than actually using the shatter ability. And wind sticks are actually my favorite when it comes to rage. You can actually have fun, as you can see. And this is it. So just a generic shooter. Yes, you can have your fun if you know what, well, kind of your kick is for fun, but that's as far as it goes. If you don't know what your kick is, well, good luck, because this game is not going to tell you. And also the actual thing itself, like the checkpoints, they will not clear unless you actually...
Walker, Dr. Kvasir is still out there. We have to find him.
Unless you actually do find all of the things. So as you can see, I need to find storage containers, 3 out of 6. If I don't do this, this checkpoint would not clear. That means I can go away, come back, and the guys are exactly here. The ones who are actually running this shit. And this is, I would say, the most annoying thing about this game. Because this is not about, you know, you having free choice that you killed everyone and place is clear. No, you have to count a fucking pink lidded boxes, and only then it will actually tell you, oh, I guess no one else can move in now, because, you know, there's no boxes with pink lids on them anymore. And this kind of takes away the whole feeling of this wasteland shit, which, I don't know, is not great to begin with. I mean, I understand you have your own playground and you can do a lot of things, but end of the day, 2019, and we have a very generic shooter. Talking about generic, you see this gun, this assault rifle, this is your main gun for the game. You're gonna upgrade the same fucking gun every time you go anywhere, and that's basically how stuff works around here. Now I need to find one more fucking... chest. And that was an enemy who luckily for me exploded. And the chest is over there. Okay, I see. I see. And how do I get up to this chest? Is this a puzzle? Do I need to use my brain, or can I just like jump on this thing and then I can just, you know, can like jump on this thing? Oh shit, I guess I was using my brain. So there you go. Now, and only now, the location is actually complete. So, I don't know, guys. You know, it's up to you to tell me if you enjoyed this game, if you actually remember that such a game exists, because honestly, I didn't. I had totally forgotten that this game actually exists. So, yeah, I had to be reminded about it. And obviously we need to go and, well, do things. And this is what happens. You will just drive all the time. That's why you can upgrade your car, you can have rocket launchers, better boosts, stuff like this. The car itself is very heavy, so if you need to steer, you basically can be using the boosters and stuff.
There's a big tower just standing here.
And of course you have authority sentries. So it kind of rides on the backstory of the first one, and at the same time not really. So good luck figuring out what exactly is required from you. You can just blindly go from point to point, shoot the people, enjoy the combat, and, you know, experiment a bit if you want. But that's pretty much all there is. This is the actual game. I'm not kidding. This is the actual gameplay world. Some people get off from wastelands and stuff like that, but honestly, I would say there's so many other options out there when it comes to gaming. But who am I to judge? And of course this is the city where we need to be, which is called Gun Barrel, because, well, intimidating, right? I don't know, does this place actually looks like a gun barrel? Not really. Also, this car is kind of cool. I must say this is one of the best things in the game, because it has an AI called Phoenix, and she will basically be very happy to talk with you, but unfortunately you can't really talk with her.
Systems activating.
And she's pretty chatty, so at least that's good. You know? At least someone gets you.
Come back soon, Walker. I'm checking into the clinic. Wait for me. I'm back, Walker, and feeling good.
So, there you have it. I don't know. Will I be uninstalling this game instantly the moment I finish this review? Absolutely. Do I want to play this game? No. Why? Too linear, too simple, too... I don't know... bad? I can't say it's complete utter trash, but you look at the things and, you know, it's kind of like looking at a, you know, like a junkie on a street, and you know the junkie from primary school. You know, you've seen the guy grow and then he disappears and then he comes back and you go like, man, the fuck happened with you? This is Rage. This is Rage 2, and if you actually know what this game is about and you remember the first Rage, you'll probably have the same expression, because like, what happened? How did you end up like this? Yes, there is certain things that you can enjoy. Yes, there's like automated turrets and stuff like that. At the end of the day, would I say that this is fun? Maybe. Maybe you can classify this as fun if you like Carmageddon and stuff, but ultimately not really. I don't know. And on this weird part slash controversial unpopular opinion, I'm gonna end, because this kind of sums up what Rage has become. So if you have any comments or likes or dislikes or whatever, let me know. Leave a comment, don't leave a comment, and I don't know. We'll see you later on. Hopefully. Yeah, thanks for watching, and again, stay classy. Peace out.